Hey everyone, today I want to talk about messing up and how sometimes that can make us feel. Sometimes the universe or whatever it is has this way of testing us to make sure that we're sure about things and what things are what we really want, right? And so, as I had mentioned on my video yesterday, I went through a couple weeks of some self-doubt stuff on being able to make these videos and have this channel and go through this journey um so I got back into it. I was super excited. Me and my workout buddy, we had a really good workout this morning. Super strong. Hit my fasting correctly. Ate a good lunch. I had chicken and some pasta with it, and so just really on point. And then I had some idle time throughout the day, and my wife made apple pie for Easter, right? And so that was a temptation because I opened the fridge and I was starting to get the want to do some snacking a little bit, and I fell into that, and I went against what I know is aligning with my goals, and I had some pie and some ice cream, and it really it affected me in a way that I didn't think that it would, because it's something that I really don't want to do, and it's something that I chose to do. So I went directly against what I was wanting, and that's something that's always been very hard for me, because I'll have those situations and I'll make bad decisions, and those bad decisions kind of lead you down what I like to call the slippery slope, right? Like you make one bad decision, and one cheat meal turns into a cheat weekend, and a cheat weekend turns into a cheat week, and a cheat week turns into a cheat month, and then all of a sudden you're completely off of base of where you're supposed to be and where you were headed, and eliminating the progress that you had made. And so I had to take a step back and realize that that doesn't have to define me. Just because I made a mistake, because I had a moment of weakness, that doesn't have to define who I am or erase all of the progress that I've been making. And even though, sometimes when we're taking a bunch of steps forward, we do tend to self sabotage sometimes and take a couple of steps back. That doesn't mean that we're out of the race, and it doesn't mean that we're out of the competition with ourselves. And so, just being able to make the decision to keep moving forward. I already have my ride or my workout scheduled for tomorrow morning, ready to go again. But it's just a mentality shift, right? Like we do have to get a lot better at forgiving ourselves. Like, let's just be raw about it. We are our own biggest critic. We are the our own worst enemy. We we love to hate on ourselves a lot of times. We like to tell ourselves this story that we're not good enough. We like to tell ourselves this story that we're messed up, and that there's no saving us, and that everybody else can do it and we can't, and this and that and whatever. And it's just all that's BS, right? Like it's just the lie that we tell ourselves to find comfort, because our brain, it's funny because when you look at it, our brains are designed to keep us safe. Our brains are designed to keep us feeling good, and to keep us moving forward in a safe atmosphere. And one of the biggest things that I've learned through work and through, a lot of personal development things that I do, is that and I know it's cliche to say this, but there's no growth in the comfort zone. So if you're feeling comfortable, it's probably a bad thing. And so, it is really hard, and it's really confronting when we have those moments that, we are beating ourselves down for making a mistake. It's hard to take a step back and say, you know what? I love myself enough to forgive it. And I love myself enough to keep on my journey and keep moving forward. And so that's a journey, or that's a decision that I've really been focusing on today, of I am going to keep moving forward, and I am going to be able to forgive these losses, right? And I am going to be able to forgive these failures, because that's what it is. It is a failure, but failure doesn't have to be a negative thing. It's that society has made failure something that we need to be afraid of. But anybody who has ever been successful in anything has failed way more times than anybody even sees. We only see the perfected product when we look at professional athletes or multimillionaires or CEOs of companies. We see the perfection, but we don't see all of the hard work and the grind that goes into it. And so forgive yourself through the journey. Embrace the journey and embrace the suck, because things are going to be really hard sometimes. But at the end of the day, when you keep going, even when it's hard, it's all worth it. So remember to love yourself.